Well, here we are at the front, and this is the doorbell, but I can't hear it. The courtyard doorbell, I cannot hear. Storm doors are beyond the scope of this inspection, okay? But I did notice that this storm door, and I think the one upstairs, but, they have windows that open that are articulate, but we don't have screens. I reach inside of here. I can hear it. It sounds like somebody hitting a bucket. I mean, this is not the most glamorous ring around, I gotta say. This is one of the first videos you're gonna see, probably the first interior video you're gonna see. I'm not wearing a mask. When I got here, okay, nobody's here, nobody's been here. I opened all the windows, let me get some aerosol, opened random fans, and I feel good about it. You can hear my voice, so just to kind of let you know that I made an educated decision. Now, that being said, thank you for your trust. You don't know this is the last video of the day. It's one of the first ones you're going to see, but I'm thinking about going home, but we're just getting started on this report. So thank you for your trust in your business, and thank you for tolerating my COVID policy. My family and I appreciate that to the highest. Thank you very much. This is your home inspector. This is the mask I'm prepared to wear. And we're in the dining area, and we've got a broken, cracked mirror right there. These stereos, this is where the radio came from. These stereos are beyond the scope. But intercom systems, they're beyond the scope of this inspection. They are. And they sound, what I do to break it? A few years ago, before wireless was around, but I'd noticed that people were putting iPads in the walls here and speakers around, but I don't even think that's necessary any longer. Okay, the windows have been replaced. All the windows have been replaced. Most of these are single sash windows, and then they have keeps right here so you can pull them out to clean them. This window over here is a side sash window over the kitchen sink right there. So the windows, they're all in pretty darn good shape. I haven't found any dead receptacles. We got a whole thing about the fireplaces, except that, know this, I closed, in a video you're about to see, I actually did close the video, the flue damper on this one. And I used that video, I used a different camera on that video, the same one that I used in the attic. It's a better camera and it's darker, so I just kind of wanted to get views like that. This window has not been replaced. It's a double pane aluminum frame. It's got some film on it to protect from the UV rays. These windows also have film baked into them, which is nice. But, this door does not roll. I mean, I'm serious. This guy is difficult. Well, if you got some arthritis, that'll get you going, man. We got some cracking on the step here. High soil right there. And really, this soil's high over here too. It's not actually touching, but it is high. So, some movement. I know I'm supposed to be concentrate on the inside, and this panel is kind of popping just a little bit. See that? See that movement? It's got some movement around the chimney. Sure do. We got some of that movement. Some of that movement. Hillbilly home inspection. All right. I'm just going to kind of do a figure 8 down here. skylights next to the door. Okay, the hinge side of the door. So, I don't really get it. But as long as it's not on the latch side of the door, then the skylight doesn't have to be tempered safety glass. So, just in case you hear about it, I talked about it too. This is the bottom rail here. It's a little worse for wear. This is the front door. We're coming back to the front door. Coming along here on the front porch. I know I'm jacking you around. Okay, see, there's been drill holes. They're kind of hard to tell as drill holes. Okay, what that tells us is that this house, and this is the only clean out that I found, so I guess I'll make that on the report. What that tells us, there's only one reason to drill holes around the porch like that. It's to apply product that's codes or poison. And what we're talking about is wood destroying insects, termites. And so when you see drill holes like that, there's no other reasons. And people don't usually just wake up one day and say, "Hey man, let's get one of those $1,000 termite treatments. I'm bored." And there's usually a reason. Is that all the plumbing is right here for the kitchen sink. And so, we can assume this house has experienced termites before. All of them have, one time or another. It's been treated. We don't know who treated it, what they treated it with. We don't know when it was treated. We just know that at one time there was a treatment. And coming along. Oh, bud, you're getting kind of hung up and stuff. Yeah, I am. Coming along, this ceiling fan is out of balance. Trust me. These canister lights do not come on. Moving along inside of here, we got plumbing videos. You shouldn't have bare light bulbs in closed closets. And popcorn ceiling, okay? I don't inspect for asbestos, but a lot of these popcorn ceilings have asbestos in them. And whether this does or not, I don't know. It'd be best to treat it as if it did have asbestos in it. And when I say that, I mean that if you're tired of the popcorn ceiling, wear personal protection, have your workers wear personal protection, scrape it all off, damp wipe it down, bag it up, vacuum, take it to and it's not far from here, right up Plano Road. They have a hazardous waste disposal center by the railroad tracks, right up there going. And just take it to there and dispose of it as if it was. No sense in testing it. And encapsulation works too. I mean, if you paint over it, that's called encapsulation. That's an acceptable technique. If you just can't give up the popcorn ceiling and you just can't do without it, then there you go. See the difference in the hue around the air register right there? See that? See that dirt? There's only one way for it to get there. It's through your cooling coils. It's the only way for it to get there. So when you see dust around this, your coils are done. They sure are. It's your indoor air handler. We're going to talk about that. The one thing that's not part of this video. The water heater, we talked about that. Talked about how loose that is. Stairs, in different videos, I've just really been harping on them. But you're not supposed to, the balusters are not supposed to be spaced farther apart than 4 inches for a kid. You're not supposed to have open risers wider than 4 inches. Again, kid or tripping. You get your foot all the way hung up in there. So coming along, the handrail is not supposed to be any closer to the stairs than 34 inches, and it is. It's supposed to be graspable, and it's not. The guardrail is not supposed to be any closer to the landing than 36 inches, and it is. And we don't have a handrail over here at all. I have this, and you just kind of like reach around and climb up. You can do that. You can climb. Moving on along, this fan has got some weird controls, I gotta say. And they have this on there, and it was supposed to stay off, and the only way I could get it turned on was to turn that off, and there's a switch downstairs, and it's just going through all kinds of changes. If I had trouble with it, I'm thinking you might. Now this luminary right here is not working super hot. Kind of neat. Look at that. I don't know why it's not working. The old guy there. Here's another thing that's kind of neat. And that's a style thing. But it looks like they replaced the windows up here too. That's nice. It's nice that they did that. This is the only smoke alarm. This home only has 2 smoke alarms, in the upstairs hall and the downstairs hall. And the one downstairs doesn't work. And you should have them in the bedrooms as well. Good home, this is Bud. Oh, I'm doing fine, Jeff. How about yourself?